Again, Alvarez officially listed at 5'9". He is more natural at 154 pounds.
He is the current WBA super middleweight champion of the world, Saul Canelo Alvarez, the reigning, defending WBO light heavyweight champion of the world, Sergey Kovalev.
I want to remind you, protect yourself at all times, obey my commands. God bless you both.
Until they get in there and fight. And here we go. New method of operation.
It is his rangefinder. It's how he lands that big right hand.
Brian Kenny, Steve Smoger, Hall of Fame referee, is with us as well. That's how often he was jabbing, Sergio.
The key to this victory, if Kovalev wants to win this, he has to keep.
See there, Brian. First big shot from Canelo. He goes right to the body, trying to land
to the head. Kovalev has to be very careful, even though this is a smaller man in front of him.
About throwing it with full power.
And this is with the hook. On the jab hard right now, but again, that'll keep him out
there. He can't throw it hard or fast with power right now because Canelo is looking to counter.
Same thing against a guy that probably throws a stiffer jab than Canelo.
Slow go in the first two of this fight. Hey, what does this guy got?
I'll tell you what, I'm really
champion of the world. Now his trainer, and yeah, he was big on that when we spoke to him this week. Don't try to blow him out, and certainly in this fight, he wouldn't try to
just touch him, baby.
You can see there is definitely rock solid power. See the body type, you can see the explosion. Throwing the punches, you feel like uh-oh. But with Kovalev, number 2, of course, scheduled for championship 12, full 6 feet tall. Winging with that and that glancing blow.
And now we know why Kovalev was touching, but that's exactly what he was looking for.
And now a little more steam on that jab from Kovalev. Good jab.
How would you compare the speed of Canelo to Andre Ward?
Went on to get edged in a controversial decision. That was in 2016. Stability. That looked like Kovalev's night. Did not get that.
He's backing up the bigger man, but the attitude first round and a half is that I've got to land the big shot on piling up points.
Good combination by Canelo, that I can bust this guy up.
Towards the distance, but Kovalev showing a lot of discipline. Big shots later in the fight. Right now, I think Canelo was way too sharp, looking to counter. There you go. See, those are the counters must fear. Right now, just keep telling explosion and speed.
That was a vivid illustration.
Is that I felt his jab was really effective. Point-scoring jab. First 2 rounds, Kovalev's landed some of that.
All right, he can't get past the jab.
And here you have Kovalev just touching Canelo.
And look out for the white shot. Okay? I'm just trying to go down here early. You see that?
Kovalev.
I think Kovalev's jab has been still definitely get there, but for now, those first 2 rounds, it's like Kovalev scored the most.
Kovalev with the right hand, firing it out. Counters with the right hand. Hurt. I thought he showed a lot of poise. He survived the end of the round. Thrown. Wow, 129 to 41. That is significant.
He was a predator in the ring. He's having to change that style.
Prodding, throwing jabs, the occasional right hand.
He's been better in this round. Landing shots like that, good left hand to the jaw of Kovalev.
After another. So Sergey Kovalev has stuck.
Yes, he has. He hasn't committed to by touching him because Canelo is getting closer and closer with those counters.
You have to look at how is he carrying the weight. Canelo Alvarez said, hey, this man
felt great all throughout this training.
Final seconds of round number 3. Tactical so far. Kovalev has had difficulty in the late rounds. There's a hook by Canelo 3 times. And you know what, Chris? He was in that fight. He had that jab hung down low. He was kind of lazy with it, and he got stopped.
He didn't try to tie up. He didn't take a knee. Same thing with Alvarez in that first fight. He just didn't seem to know what to do.
He's constantly pumping it out there, and so he has thrown through 3.
Canelo's getting closer.
The last 2 times we've seen them engage, Kovalev has jumped in, clinched, and stopped the punching of Canelo.
That's smart. Get inside, hold him, force the referee to break it up and reset.
Staying on the inside.
There's something you don't see from Kovalev.
Yeah. He seems to be comfortable because these jabs are not hurting him, and yet he's not opening up any new offensive opportunities.
Well, Kovalev is not committing. He's just getting touched.
This is not neither one of them really landing cleanly. Wicked body, something nasty.
Here we're going to see Canelo biding his time. He was waiting for that shot. Just
something nasty from Canelo.
Absolutely, but
Sergey Kovalev sticking to the plan, jabbing and boxing. As he moves up, Although Chris Mannix,
other than the left hooks that Canelo landed just like that to the body, which is a smart game plan by Canelo.
Firing back with that jab and a hook has a good stick.
Against Gennady Golovkin in that first fight. Canelo Alvarez.
And the right shot, Sergio.
That was a great counter to the
Just
body.
keep tapping with that jab, knowledge. They don't want him to gas out.
He is in a different phase of his career. He can clear. But can he wing and trade? I don't know if he can take many of those body shots. So far, he hasn't taken, but you can see that plan coming out.
Well, Crusher, he does commit to power. Canelo is right there with the speed and the combination.
We saw Floyd not change a single thing. So far, Canelo is showing that type of patience. Good body work there by Kovalev.
You know, it's interesting hearing Claudia say that Kovalev's corner is where they're getting gassed.
Calm throughout the big fight week. Able to reserve that. But as we saw, even
by Canelo, go around the guard of the Crusher, right on the chin.
And stay here. Now, hey, when you get up close to him like this, shoot a right uppercut to the body.
the big event as we go to round 6. And to the right, might have it either way.
This idea we were talking on his podcast earlier in the week, just as a way to kind of indicate which of these rounds were close.
That's good. And I agree with that. I'll always ask you. That way, when you go to a decision, people aren't out in any fight that you could have either way.
That's because you vehemently disagree.
No.
The people watching are wondering why Kovalev is not really putting behind.
Looking like he is closing in for the kill. However, it's not as if he is ripping him with shots.
He gets in trouble.
Around fight high, 14 punches. Canelo against Rocky Fielding at 168 pounds. Chris Mannix with his 4th straight round for Canelo.
Seen Canelo block a lot of them.
True.
He's not really trying to penetrate the gloves of Canelo. He's just touching those gloves.
Chris, it's a very good point. And as we are now out of the Winky Wright era, as a guy like Winky Wright would keep his gloves
against Arislandi Lara. I thought Arislandi Lara in that fight landed
has 1 KO after the 8th round, and that was his last fight against Anthony Yard. For a variety of reasons. Claudia Trejos right now. Claudia?
Thank you, BK. And he's definitely committed to going for the body punches.
Final 40 seconds of the 7th round. And Canelo, you have to give him credit for
Jacobs. Kovalev is more of a heavy foot fighter. Heavy hands with heavy feet.
Chris, you spoke to him earlier. Evander looks very
smile on his face after watching his son win his pro debut.
So, Chris, according to you, Canelo's plan is just... No?
It's tough to score some of these rounds, but as I'm sitting here, a lot of these Kovalev absorbing them into his guard. That's not a scoring punch.
Say they respect Kovalev's power. He hasn't just come marching through.
I respect the game plan that Kovalev has in the end.
Final half of round 8. So that's like heavyweight. I think that is obvious that he can.
He's the one backing Canelo up.
As the action ebbs, I think everybody was... You have to ask yourself at a certain point. You think he's setting traps?
He's setting traps. He's definitely playing possum against the ropes.
I mentioned earlier, he seemed natural at 154, but he is thick and strong here. Is he thick and strong?
He backed him up. He's backing up the bigger total.
Best total of the fight for him.
So Kovalev believed he could jab his way to a victory because I haven't seen him throw too many hands that have ended a lot of fights.
He evidently did take that round off. He just cruised through that. Now Russell Moratola trying to mix it up a little bit now. A little right hand there. But it still landed cleanly and is a clean scoring shot. Here comes Canelo. Landed that hook.
Watch that right angle of Sergey Kovalev. A couple of minutes ago, it looked like he tweaked it. I've seen that happen in basketball.
Body shot answer by Canelo.
But this is a very cautious Kovalev shot.
Round 8. You got to figure he won that round.
If you're wondering why Kovalev is not committing to that power jab, this is it right here.
First when you pull up, or you pull out, you get hit with the hooks in the right hand.
In the world, saying he is the most accomplished. I believe that. Last few weeks, Artur Beterbiev stopping Alexander Volstik 2 weeks ago.
Close fight. The jab of Sergey Kovalev.
Danger, a little more menace. Trying to look for a shot. Claudia Trejos is with Buddy McGirt.
Thank you, BK. Thank you, BK. You mentioned something about the right hand that was causing problems with the counterpunch of Canelo.
It's happened in my career.
He knows where he is, and he knows the history of Canelo winning Burke. But if you have a problem with the judges, jump up and down.
Final minute, round 10. These last two rounds, 34 to 22, is pretty clear cut. Easy to see his shots. Traditional, a rare uppercut from Canelo the hook at the end of round 10.
Because right here he throws that right hand just to get countered with a harder right hand by Canelo Alvarez.
This fight where it looked like it was going to be Canelo times. Perhaps Canelo is winning these rounds as he comes out firing, fellas, and yet he comes in here now. It is time to
do this fight. He continues to throw that jab. He knows what's coming back when he releases it.
Canelo now uppercuts 2 in this round already. Put a hurt on Kovalev in this round. This is
with his strategy and his game plan, just like he wanted to, but he hasn't really landed something that's a crushing puncher because Canelo's not giving him that opportunity.
And you see the landed punches. It's about even. There's a lot more oomph on his shots. Right hand by Alvarez.
Kovalev's not even committing to the...
Here it is. Kovalev's hurt. Kovalev's down. Kovalev's out. It's over. That fast. There's fifth gear. Canelo is the light heavyweight champion of the world.
Canelo asking the fans to wait till Kovalev gets up, doing the classy, respectful thing as he always is.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes officially. 2 minutes, 15 seconds, round number 11. Your winner by KO victory, and now a 4-division world champion, Canelo Alvarez!
Because I had a last fight very close, you know, but it's okay. It's a good experience for me.